Yo quiero que el mundo sepa quién soy yo. Mi nombre es Juan Reinaldo Bayona. Yo soy del Ecuador y fue allí que yo me crié con la salsa buena. Cuando me pasó, me transformé en un salsero. Y ahora yo viajo el mundo entero cantándolo. Yo soy sonero, sonero del pueblo. Yo no soy bonitillo, yo canto de corazón. Voy viajando con Jimmy Bosch y él es el rey del trombón. Queremos todos que se monten en el avión de la salsa. Bueno, abróchate el cinturón que el vuelo 777 se dispone a volar. Invitamos todo el mundo a saborear la salsa buena de Nueva York, de Puerto Rico, Panamá, Ecuador. Te invito, Colombia, Venezuela, México lindo y querido, República Dominicana, Francia, Italia, merci beaucoup. España, te veo pronto. Vaya, USA, levántate, que tú eres el grande y tenemos que caminar. Y a mi gente linda del barrio, el Bronx, San Mary Park, Dry Cleaner.
This video is a demonstration that at times dreams come true. We always wanted to celebrate the richness and diversity of salsa. This time we do so with the help of some 40 international dancers, including some world-renowned stars. Never before have so many dancers collaborated in an instructional DVD series. Never before has so much talent, creativity and salsa magic been collected into a single work. Never before have the best from all corners of the world been brought together in 2 DVDs for you to learn from. Normally you have 1 teacher and 40 students. In this video, there is 1 student, you, and 40 of the best instructors in the world for you to choose from. Here is how the video works. You have 15 turn patterns organized into 5 routines. The turn patterns feature all the SalsaIsGood trademark ingredients. Tricks never seen before, surprising ideas, unexpected solutions, and a mixture of Cuban and New York elements. The routines are explained via the SalsaIsGood leading edge editing, parallel multiple views, slow motion, beat counter on every frame, and vocal explanations. And here comes the best part. The turn patterns are then demonstrated by our international guest stars. They interpret the turn patterns according to their salsa style. More importantly, they modify the turn patterns in their own personal way. You'll see the same moves enriched by Sion's sublime touch, by Amanda's dazzling decorations, by Duplessis' magic turns, by Grizel's bursting energy, by Ismail's arm tricks, by Troy's knots, by Patrice's intricate Cuban style, by Anna's sensual styling, and all the others. We even have a Rueda group. You'll see how they did it their way, and from it, choose your way. No matter what you look for in a salsa DVD, you're bound to find it here. No matter what your taste, you'll find plenty to impress you in these DVDs, Volume 1 and Volume 2. There's enough material here to keep you busy for months. Not only the turn patterns, but their endless variations. There's so many ideas for styling and personal interpretation, with decorations from New York, LA, DC, Paris, Havana, Boston, Chicago, Houston, the Dutch Antilles and Australia. And you'll even be entertained by some great music from Jimmy Bosch. Don't miss out on the most original, rich and diverse salsa DVD ever produced. In this figure, the guy starts a crossbody lead by bringing his right hand around his neck and over his left shoulder. He leads the crossbody lead with 2 inside turns, which are checked into an embrace, while at the same time he performs a hook turn. Now, with the right hand at waist level, he leads a right turn followed by a pretzel and then 2 more right turns. In the last turn, he performs an arm loop around the lady's neck. Here, the guy releases the hold with his left hand and catches the lady's right again in front. He leads a crossbody lead with inside turn by gently twisting her hand with his left. He then sneaks behind her, reaches for her right shoulder with his right hand, and immediately leads her into another crossbody lead with inside turn. At the same time, he turns quickly left in order to check her again with his right hand over her right shoulder. 1.5 right turns for the lady and a left turn for the guy complete the figure. Here you have Ismael and Juliet from Caribbean Soul. Ismael is one of the first generation of New York dancers. He's been around for a while and he knows all the tricks. Actually, many tricks which are today considered standard are his own. Complicated arm work in New York style and unusual hand flips were part of his repertoire far before many others incorporated them. Maybe for this reason, Ismael took it as a challenge to learn this entire routine as it is in only a few minutes and film it, rather than changing it with his own material. The entire session lasted some 45 minutes. Quite an achievement, Ismael. Here is a real treat. Joel and Anna from Mazzacote Entertainment with their on-two interpretation to Timber Rhythm, one of the highlights of this video. After the guy's turn, Joel and Anna decide to add several spins for the lady, and look at the quality of the spins. Here, Joel decides to ask the lady for a half turn rather than a full turn, so the dancers end up facing the opposite direction than in Fabio and Anna's version. They finish with a double check and several more great turns. Ladies, talk about treats. Enjoy Anna's beautiful decoration and precision throughout the figure. Notice the way she uses her entire body in the dance, even down to her fingertips. Oren and Julia, two pearls from Sydney, Australia. Julia is another amazing spinner, and Oren is clearly having a great time. We love your attitude, Oren. Oren and Julia decided to keep the figure very similar to the original and simply added several spins. But what spins! And here are a few moments which are worth capturing. This is another couple we saw performing and we rushed to ask them to be in the video. Sekou and Leah, in their interpretation, gifted us with some really lovely touches. They are so nicely on the music.
Aquí traigo descargarana, bailen como les dé la gana. Con un sabor que está bien distinguido, como el sabor de guarana. Aquí traigo descargarana, bailen como les dé la gana. Como les dé la gana. Con un sabor que está bien distinguido, como el sabor de guarana. Aquí traigo descargarana, bailen como les dé la gana.
After the crossbody lead, the guy catches right to right. The dancers swap positions while the guy goes into a hook turn, releases the hand hold and lets the lady's right fall into his left hand. What follows looks and feels very unusual, but in fact is nothing but a fancy copa. The guy catches the lady's left with his right in a man's hammerlock position. With his left behind his back, he leads her into a copa. In the second part of the copa, he turns left and brings the right hand down. The result is a hammerlock on the lady. From the top view, you can recognize the copa and the guy's left turn. Now the couple are in a lady's hammerlock on her left. He leads her into a hammerlock on her right with 3 right turns. Now he releases his left hand and they swap positions, while he performs a hook turn and gently pushes her with his right hand, so that she performs 2.5 right turns. Ladies, by following unwritten salsa rules, you have left your left arm behind your back, which the guy can quickly catch again with his right. Now we have another swap of positions, which the guy decorates with 1.5 underarm turns. Here, notice the different lead from Joel. He brings his right hand down sooner and then leads from the waist level, a nice solution to a difficult lead. Here they change hammerlock position via a crossbody lead with double outside turn. And here Joel decided to lead Anna into her right turn by pushing Anna's right hand with his left, unlike Fabio, who pushes with his right. And then he delights us with this double spin and completes it with slightly different arm work. And by the way, don't miss out on Anna's decoration in the close-up view. We are really indebted to Ismael Eternal Smile Otero for helping us so much in this video. Ismael is known as one of the nicest and friendliest guys in the salsa scene, a reputation very well deserved. He was enthusiastic about participating in this project from its inception, and he has helped a lot in promoting this idea to other stars. Thanks a lot once more, Ismael. Here is Ismael and Juliet in their on-two version. The only difference is in the guy's double hook turn after the change of position, where Fabio executed a single turn. Enjoy the close-up of their interpretation.
Canta. Oh yeah, yeah. De los salseros, la que todos aclaman. Aquí traigo descargar, Ana, bailen como les para lo de Ponce, Arecibo, con un sabor que está bien distinguido, como el sabor de...
In recent times, Australia started to make a name for itself in the international salsa scene, and Oren and Julia are among the best examples. If you ever pass by Sydney, don't miss out on meeting them. Here we have Sekou and Leah, another couple from whom it is worth savouring every little detail. You will notice their version of this figure is fairly similar to Joel and Anna's. Indeed, these two couples are good friends and worked partly together in adapting this specific figure. It was great to see such talents working together and exchanging ideas. What a treat for us to be there. Here comes a few drops of salsa.
Après un crossbody lead, le garçon attrape la main droite de la fille avec sa main droite. Il guide un autre crossbody lead avec un tour intérieur en lançant la main de la fille et en la récupérant avec sa main gauche. Maintenant, il la guide dans 3 tours à droite et il descend sa main gauche. Il rentre dans un tour à droite, attrape sa main droite avec sa gauche, relâche l'autre main et, en tordant doucement sa main, il la guide dans un tour à droite. En même temps, il tourne à gauche et change de main dans son dos. Alors, simplement, il change à nouveau de main dans le dos de la fille et rentre dans un tour à gauche. Il termine face à elle, main droite du garçon dans le dos du garçon. Voici la partie délicate de la figure. Le garçon attrape la main gauche de la fille avec sa main gauche. Il lui guide 3 tours à droite, puis reprend sa main gauche dans sa main droite qu'il avait laissée dans son dos. Dans l'élan de son propre corps et sans guidage des bras, il la guide dans crossbody lead avec un tour intérieur. Le fait de maintenir sa main et de faire un demi-tour à droite génère automatiquement un check. Pour terminer la figure, elle fait un demi-tour à droite pendant que le garçon fait un tour à gauche. C'est un couple qu'on ne se lasse pas de regarder encore et encore. Vous pourrez trouver de nombreux clips de leur show sur le site web que nous vous recommandons chaleureusement. Voici la première variation de Joël et Anna. Plutôt que de récupérer la main dans le dos d'Anna, Joël la guide dans un demi-tour à gauche et il rentre dans un tour et demi à gauche pour récupérer sa main à nouveau dans son dos. J'adore cette variation. Et que dire de ce check? Les filles, que dire de l'attitude d'Anna dans cette finale? C'est quelque chose et c'est superbe tour. Régalons-nous des tours de Juliette et du travail des bras d'Ismaël dans cette version. Notez les tours rajoutés pour Ismaël et son différent travail des bras. Et souvenez-vous, comme dit David Melendez à chaque congrès de salsa, si vous voyez Ismaël, n'hésitez pas à lui demander une danse. Vous serez toujours la bienvenue. Ici encore, Oren et Julien restent très près de la version originale. Notez bien comment Oren décide ici de tourner en premier, guidant alors le crossbody lead avec un tour intérieur à l'aide de sa main, plutôt qu'avec son corps, comme le fait Fabien. Leur version de cette figure commence avec un petit diamant de style et propose une finale différente. Premièrement, ces coups rajoutent un tour supplémentaire pendant le double tour de Léa et, comme Oren, il décide de tourner le premier et guide un crossbody lead avec sa main et durant le check, reste devant Léa, puis va à sa droite et lui guide une série de tours. Là encore, ce sont des détails qui justifient d'avoir ce DVD dans votre collection. Transformer une figure en rueda nécessite deux étapes. La première consiste à respecter le style rueda, c'est-à-dire elle doit être cubanisée. Pour info, nous avons une vidéo qui explique comment faire cela et ce dernier est disponible sur notre site web. Deuxièmement, la figure doit être simplifiée, voire raccourcie, surtout si les danseurs dans la ronde n'ont pas le même niveau. Hadar et Barbe ont réalisé ceci en gardant le début et la fin de la figure originale et en remplaçant les nœuds compliqués du milieu avec de simples tours et de dilequeno.
Con un sabor que está bien Habla, chocolate, habla. Tuki. Canta. Oh yeah, yeah. Habla, chocolate, habla. Tuki. Aquí traigo descargarana, bailen como les dé la gana. Habla, chocolate, habla. Tuki.
Après un crossbody lead avec tour intérieur dans les bras, le garçon réalise un tour à droite, qui est complété par un combe sur la fille et un échange délicat des mains, qui est immédiatement suivi d'un tour à gauche dans les bras et d'un autre combe avec la main gauche du garçon, qui est maintenant en dessous de la main gauche de la fille. Pendant qu'avec sa main droite, il continue de maintenir le combe, il lève sa main au-dessus de sa tête puis la redescend pour réaliser une embrasse. En maintenant le combe, il réalise une embrasse, attrape la main droite de la fille par devant. Ensuite, elle rentre dans une copa et il passe à côté d'elle. Alors, il tourne en cercle pendant une mesure avant la fin de la figure.
Un, deux, trois, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
À cause de nombreux nœuds et jeux de bras, cette figure permet une transition naturelle vers la salsa cubaine. Nos amis Patrice et Juliette de Paris sont experts dans ce type de mouvement compliqué. Admirez cette version cubaine de la figure. Remarquez comment ils tournent constamment l'un autour de l'autre, au lieu de garder leur ligne de danse comme en salsa new-yorkaise ou de Los Angeles.
Notice also how here they replace the last set of rotating crossbody leads with typical Cuban arm work. There are not many dancers from the New York school who are comfortable with these Cuban-inspired knots. Troy is an exception and well known for incorporating them into his choreography. Because of this, we saved some of the hardest moves for him, and notice what a good job he and Maritza did, both on 1 and on 2. Notice also the seamless switch between on 1 and on 2.
Como el sabor de guarana, aquí traigo descarga rana, bailen como les dé la gana, como solo tú tocas. Toca como solo tú tocas. Toca como solo tú tocas.
Troy and Maritza are among the several couples who managed to learn and film the 3 figures in roughly 1 hour. Amazing work. Here they modified this figure according to their own style. Notice how Troy performs the second comb and the embrace in a single action. And notice here how they replace the anti-clockwise walk with another crossbody lead.
Habla chocolate, habla. Tuki. Distinguido como el sabor de guarana. Aquí traigo descarga rana, bailen como les dé la gana. Aquí traigo descarga rana, bailen como les dé la gana.
Here we have Mike and Janet. We were in a club in New York when we happened to see them dancing and immediately rushed to invite them to be in the video. We were impressed by their cool and smooth dancing. After having designed this figure and having danced it so many times, we are still amazed at how Mike makes the arm work look so smooth and effortless. Try and dance it yourself and you will see what we mean.
De la salsa de los salseros, la que todos aclaman. Aquí traigo descarga rana, bailen como les dé la gana. Para lo de Ponce, Arecibo y de Guayama. Aquí traigo descarga. Oye, acá ese bajo suena arriba, ¿verdad? ¡Ay! ¡Vaya! Aquí traigo descarga rana, bailen como les dé la gana. Aquí traigo descarga rana, bailen como les dé la gana. Habla chocolate, habla. Tuki.
Sharif and Debbie are members of the Salsation Dance Company in Curacao. You will see other dancers from this amazing group in the rest of the video. Debbie filmed this even with a painful knee injury, and after one figure she was unable to go on. Unfortunate, because they're great dancers. Notice the combination of good technique and fluid and agile body movements. They too make the figure look very simple. At the end of the figure, unlike Fabio, Sharif decides to complete the crossbody lead with 2 outside turns, which he leads on Debbie's shoulder, a good alternative.
Esta es la salsa de los salseros.
A video cannot claim to display the full variety of salsa styles without including rueda. So here is the rueda version of this figure from Dance in Time and Bailatina, a combination of 2 rueda groups from New York and Washington. They did a good job of preserving the features of this fairly long figure and Cubanizing it.
Habla chocolate, habla. Tuki.
Here comes a challenging move, which by the way was inspired by Troy Anthony. Thanks Troy. First there is a right turn and a crossbody lead with double inside turn, then a check into an embrace. The guy then leads the lady into a crossbody lead with 1.5 outside turns. At the same time, he lifts his right arm and turns right to face her. To do this, when he brings his right arm down, he needs to twist the hand gently to signal the final right turn to the lady. At this point, he quickly takes her right hand into a hammerlock and leads her into a crossbody lead with inside turn. By bringing his left arm under the right, he makes clear that she should duck gently backwards. To complete the figure, he throws her right hand, swaps position and leads her right arm into 1.5 right turns, while he goes into 1.5 left turns.
Oh yeah.
another masterpiece of smoothness from Mike and Janet. They make it look so easy. We never get tired of watching this. They also personalize the figure with 2 modifications. First, Mike adds an extra left turn during this crossbody lead, which needs to be very quick in order to catch Janet's hand behind her back. Then Janet performs the left turn with duck on the spot, rather than during the next crossbody lead, and Mike throws a hand catch immediately afterwards. As a result, their interpretation is shorter by a few bars of music. Well, we really do not think it would have been possible to Cubanize this figure better than Patrice and Juliet. They kept all the distinctive features of the original pattern and blended them into a figure which flows so naturally. It looks like it comes straight out of Santiago de Cuba. Great job, Patrice and Juliet. Notice in the slow motion how their interpretation seems so incredibly different, but how the elements of the original pattern are all there.
Habla, chocolate, habla.
Como les dé la gana. Aquí traigo descargar.
For this figure, we originally found inspiration from Troy, in particular for this very passage. So we are very pleased to see him and Maritza interpret it for us. Troy is a magician at choreographing creative and unusual patterns like this one, so we really recommend you have a look at his videos. First, the couple go into crossed hand position with the right on top. The guy leads the lady into a reverse hammerlock and he brings his right hand behind his back. After that, he leads a crossbody lead with inside turn and then leads her to duck slightly. This allows his right arm to run over her back. Without stopping the action, he brings his right hand underneath the left and both dancers go into a left turn while she ducks again. From below the lady's right arm, the guy brings his left hand up to perform a touch and go comb. He then performs a hook right turn and executes another comb, this time with his right hand. After that, he releases his left hand, flicks her left hand and leads a crossbody lead with inside turn and a head duck. He then does a shoulder check before leading her into 1.5 right turns while he turns left.
Venga y apresúrese mi pana. Bailen como les dé la gana.
Míralo como lo baila Ramón y Mariana.
Como les dé
Coro mi
la
coro,
gana.
coro mi coro, coro mi coro me canta. Oh yeah, yeah.
And here again are Mr. and Mrs. Super Smooth. Notice how Mike travelled with the lady when some complicated moves need to be performed during the crossbody lead. It looks nice and makes the move smoother and easier to lead.
Un, deux, trois, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Et je fais 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
Another great interpretation from Patrice and Juliette. Notice again how they kept all the elements from the original pattern and turned them into a perfect Cuban figure. They do so by taking each element of the original pattern and finding the closest equivalent from the Cuban repertoire and then joining them together in a natural flow. Something worth studying carefully and learning. speechless? We were too.
And again. Marissa, how do you do this? Troy added 2 modifications to this figure. After Maritza ducks the first time, Troy performs a half left turn and a half right, which gives him momentum for the next difficult lead. I think this is a great idea and I recommend you incorporate it when you dance this figure. Good tip, Troy. Here Troy decided to add a couple of bars of music between the combs, and he then performs this surprise check during the final crossbody lead.
Habla, chocolate, habla.
Tuki.
After the initial crossbody lead, the guy goes into a crossed hands position and leads a touch and go double right turn. He now leads a copa and a right shoulder check. Notice that he moves to her side for the check. Now the guy passes under his left arm, goes in front of the lady, turns left, and by gently twisting her hand, leads a right turn into a reversed hammerlock. Now he catches right to right and leads the lady into another copa, which he checks with his left hand on her right shoulder. He then leads 1.5 turns while he turns left before the resolution.
Cross, body, lead, 5, 6, 2 turns, 1, 2, 3, in and out,
3, stop, 6, 7, turn, 2, 3, 5, in, 7, out, 2, back, 5, 6, 7, 2 turns, 5, 6, cross body lead.
Sion the stylist does not need much introduction. He is surely one of the finest and most accomplished dancers in the salsa scene. Here he dances with Nari during one of his trips to Korea. Sion has a very special place in this video, not only because he is one of our very favourite dancers, but also because he was one of the very first to agree to be in this project. He is one artist who likes to share his talent.
Habla, chocolate, habla.
Grizel and Josh, one of the highlights of this video. They have it all. Super technique, style, attitude, big smiles, bursting energy, and the modifications they added to the figures are just so very, very nice. After the first copa, Josh turns the check into a new crossbody lead. Now Grizel delights us with this beautiful sequence of travelling turns. Here, rather than performing the new check, Grizel decides to go into this new series of turns with final duck. We believe this should be marvelled at in complete silence.
De los salseros, la que todos aclaman. Aquí traigo descargar, bailen como les dé la gana.
Para lo de Ponce, Arecibo y de Guayama.
Aquí traigo descargar, bailen como les dé la gana. Con un sabor que está bien distinguido, como el sabor de guarana. Aquí traigo descargar, bailen. Aquí traigo descargar.
Habla, chocolate, habla.
Tuki.
Jeffrey and Candice, the most recent flowers to bloom in Curaçao. I spent hours watching all the minute details of their dancing, frame by frame. Not a single beat goes without a decoration, a head flick, a hand gesture, a body swing. Their natural, obvious way of being elegant. This elegant way to look so natural.
España.
Bailen como les dé la gana.
Venga y apresúrese mi pana.
Bailen como les dé la gana.
Oye, acá ese bajo suena arriba, ¿verdad? ¡Ay! ¡Vaya!
Aquí traigo descargarana. Bailen como les dé la gana. Aquí traigo descargarana. Bailen como les dé la gana.
Fabio says that in this video, Amanda had the misfortune of having to dance with him, a Ferrari driven by a cyclist. Still, she managed to decorate this figure as only Amanda can. This is 5-star ladies styling. Ladies, we suggest you study this frame by frame.
Traigo descargarana. Bailen como les dé la gana.
Esta es la salsa de los salseros, la que todos aclaman.
Aquí traigo descargarana. Bailen como les dé la gana.
Para lo de Ponce, Arecibo y de Guayama.
Aquí traigo descargarana. Bailen como les dé la
Con un
gana.
sabor que está bien distinguido, como el sabor de guarana.
Aquí traigo descargarana. Bailen como les dé la gana.
Yo quiero que el mundo sepa quién soy yo. Mi nombre es Juan Reinaldo Bayona. Yo soy del Ecuador y fue allí que yo me crié con la salsa buena. Cuando me pasó, me transformé en un salsero. Y ahora yo viajo el mundo entero cantándolo. Yo soy sonero, sonero del pueblo. Yo no soy bonitillo, yo canto de corazón. Voy viajando con Jimmy Bosch y él es el rey del trombón. Queremos todos que se monten en el avión de la salsa. Bueno, abróchate el cinturón que el vuelo 777 se dispone a volar. Invitamos todo el mundo a saborear la salsa buena de Nueva York, de Puerto Rico, Panamá, Ecuador. Te invito, Colombia, Venezuela, México lindo y querido, República Dominicana, Francia, Italia, merci beaucoup. España, te veo pronto. Bye. Y a mi gente linda del barrio, el Bronx, San Mary Park, Dry Cleaner, Cagua.
Nadie atrás que la rumba ya empezó.
Candela, timbalero, come.
No se quede nadie atrás que la rumba ya empezó. No se quede nadie atrás que la rumba ya empezó.
Invitando a todo el mundo, echa para acá que esto reventó.
No se quede nadie atrás que la rumba ya empezó.
Y ya lo baila la gordita y la flaquita, porque esta salsa está que pica, 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 pica.
Atrás que la rumba ya empezó.
Entra que caben 100, 50 parados, 50 de pie. Yo quiero que el mundo sepa quién soy yo. Mi nombre es Juan Reinaldo Bayona. Yo soy del Ecuador y fue allí que yo me crié con la salsa buena. Cuando me pasó, me transformé en un salsero. Y ahora yo viajo el mundo entero cantándolo. Yo soy sonero, sonero del pueblo. Yo no soy bonitillo, yo canto de corazón. Voy viajando con Jimmy Bosch y él es el rey del trombón. Queremos todos que se monten en el avión de la salsa. Bueno, abróchate el cinturón que el vuelo 777 se dispone a volar. Invitamos todo el mundo a saborear la salsa buena de Nueva York, de Puerto Rico, Panamá, Ecuador. Te invito, Colombia, Venezuela, México lindo y querido, República Dominicana, Francia, Italia, merci beaucoup. España, te veo pronto. Vaya, USA, levántate, que tú eres el grande y tenemos que caminar. Y a mi gente linda del barrio, el Bronx, San Mary Park, Dry Cleaner, Cagua.
Nadie atrás que la rumba ya empezó.
Candela, timbalero, come.
No se quede nadie atrás que la rumba ya empezó. No se quede nadie atrás que la rumba ya empezó.
Invitando a todo el mundo, echa para acá que esto reventó.
No se quede nadie atrás que la rumba ya empezó.
Y ya lo baila la gordita y la flaquita, porque esta salsa está que pica, 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 pica.
Atrás que la rumba ya empezó.
Entra que caben 100, 50 parados, 50 de pie. Yo quiero que el mundo sepa quién soy yo. Mi nombre es Juan Reinaldo Bayona. Yo soy del Ecuador y fue allí que yo me crié con la salsa buena. Cuando me pasó, me transformé en un salsero. Y ahora yo viajo el mundo entero cantándolo. Yo soy sonero, sonero del pueblo. Yo no soy bonitillo, yo canto de corazón. Voy viajando con Jimmy Bosch y él es el rey del trombón. Queremos todos que se monten en el avión de la salsa. Bueno, abróchate el cinturón, que el vuelo 777 se dispone a volar. Invitamos todo el mundo a saborear la salsa buena de Nueva York, de Puerto Rico, Panamá, Ecuador. Te invito, Colombia, Venezuela, México lindo y querido, República Dominicana, Francia, Italia, merci beaucoup. España, te veo pronto. Vaya, USA, levántate, que tú eres el grande y tenemos que caminar. Y a mi gente linda del barrio, el Bronx, San Mary Park, Dry Cleaner, Cagua. Candela, timbalero, come.
No se quede nadie atrás, que la rumba ya empezó. No se quede nadie atrás, que la rumba ya empezó.
Invitando a todo el mundo, echa para acá que esto reventó.
No se quede nadie atrás, que la rumba ya empezó.
Y ya lo baila la gordita y la flaquita, porque esta salsa está que pica, 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 pica.
Que la rumba ya empezó.
Entre que caben 100, 50 parados, 50 de pie.